I wasn't supposed to be on this flight. Tonight, I'm flying Ethiopian Airlines on their Airbus A350, and what a ride it turned out to be. Really comfortable seats, great food, and even a thunderstorm lighting up the skies over Africa. But let's start at the beginning.
Okay, welcome to Johannesburg's OR Tambo International Airport. Today we'll be flying Ethiopian Airlines to Addis Ababa. This is a very interesting airline that I'm excited to try. Anyway, I'm currently here at the bag drop. We checked in online yesterday, and it's one of the best airlines in Africa, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying. Well, the queue's not actually that long. It looks long, it's not. Anyway, we're going to be checking in and then onward to security, and let's see how this airline does.
My journey starts here at Johannesburg's OR Tambo International Airport. It's one of Africa's busiest hubs, and you can really feel it. The terminal is buzzing with flights heading all over the continent and beyond.
So, officially now checked in, and we are ready to go through security. The check-in was really smooth, it was really nice, the agent was really nice, but that might just be a Johannesburg thing. And the queue wasn't as bad as it looked. So there's this passage behind the check-in desks where you have to go to passport control. And it's really weird because it doesn't actually say very much on the behind the counters, so you assume you don't go behind the counters because, normal airports, behind the counters is not where you're meant to go. Here it seems to be. Oh wow. Security check, very crowded. Almost every security checkpoint is closed. So we've gotten through security. It was fairly slow, it was very crowded. But directly before we went through the scanners, everything went dark. I assume that's because of load shedding. So I think we're now running on generators here. It's a really weird experience. It's like everything goes dark and then some things turn on. Passport control was quite fast. There was only one desk open, but that did the job. But now we're going to our gate, which we think is A6 because the departures boards hasn't actually turned on yet, I think. So, everything else is on, but at least I haven't seen the departure boards on. Our aircraft is currently flying still, doing the Addis Ababa to Johannesburg flight, but we're going to be standing right by our gate and I'm going to do some plane spotting, so yay.
The terminal was alright too. There were a few shops and a few restaurants, and overall, everything was alright. The queues weren't too long, just you might want to prepare yourself for a pretty slow security, as they were quite thorough.
So just after I finished that segment, we found this area, which is basically a jutting out bit of the terminal. Johannesburg has these, and they have brilliant views of the ramp because you're above the action. So now I'm just having a look at the gates that we would be going from. And here, what is that? Mauritius, Qatar, Seychelles. So our plane has just arrived at the gate, which is not directly in front of us because it's that way. Yeah, that way. There. And that we have about 40 or 30 minutes until we board, so they're gonna have to deboard, clean the plane, blah blah blah. It's an alright turnaround time, I guess. Anyway, the 350-900, so beautiful. I keep on forgetting, every time I see one, it's just shocking to see how beautiful it is. Anyway. Time to board. That was chaotic. There wasn't like a clear line or anything, but it's probably just here because it's quite a weird area to navigate. There she is. That A350.
My aircraft today is Echo Tango Alpha Whiskey Papa, a 5.4-year-old Airbus A350-900. And look at this, doesn't she look beautiful?
Airports Company South Africa welcomes you to our Tambo International Airport.
This aircraft comes with two classes, the business class in a 222 configuration and economy class in the standard 333 configuration. My seat was 58L in economy. Ethiopian equips these A350s with Collins Aerospace Pinnacle seats, and wow, for economy they're fantastic. 18 inches wide, 32 inches of pitch, and about 14 degrees of recline. The headrest design really stood out. It's hammock style, 4-way adjustable, and the wings fold in nicely. On some of Ethiopian's aircraft, they also use a Safrad version, which extends even higher. Really useful if you're tall like me. As well as that, Ethiopian Airlines also provides a pillow and a blanket on select overnight flights, not including this one though. And then there's the IFE screen, which is a 10.6-inch HD touchscreen, which, by the way, looks really nice. Now, the interface isn't groundbreaking, and to be honest, it does look a little dated. But it's got the essentials: movies, shows, and music. The only thing missing? The iconic A350 tail and belly cameras, which Ethiopian haven't activated here. Charging, though, is excellent. You get both 2 universal AC sockets per row and a USB-A port at every screen.
Full-age magazine, and then this. Okay, so welcome on board this A350-900. We're right at the back next to the toilets. Don't know whether that's a good thing. Welcome on board, and this is the seats that I'm in. It's a really nice Collins Aerospace Pinnacle seat. The aircraft is quite brand new. It's like 5 years old, but I can see quite a lot of wear and tear to this seat. So it's alright. Anyway, we've got this really large backrest thing. It's really huge, and why? Ethiopian has decided that they do not want to install the cameras that are on the A350, so you just can't find that anywhere. It's a bit sad. This is quite a comfortable seat. It's fairly wide. The leg room, it's okay. I can stretch my legs. I'm fairly tall. The seats, The screens, they're fairly small. They are adjustable. They're fairly small. Like, they're not the largest. But it's perfectly fine. Definitely better than RwandAir. So the recline, okay, it's pretty good. The seat cushion does move forward, so it means that your legroom is bad, but it doesn't affect the person behind you as much. I think it's a perfectly good recline for a economy seat. But anyway, the game library is actually really good, and I'm just about to play Monopoly. Very good. Comes with this nice, this boarding music. It's like aggressive piano.
Now, look at this safety video. Doesn't it look hilarious? It seems that they reused the same clip several times, and the animation is mediocre at best. Honestly, it looks like something I could have made at school. Not the most professional, but it definitely did the job and kept me entertained at the same time. So, I guess it worked.
To fasten your seatbelts.
And then, around 15 minutes after boarding was complete, we were getting ready to eventually take off. And boy was I ready to hear those XWB engines.
For departure. Thank you.
And with that, we're airborne from Johannesburg, heading north across the continent.
Okay, so welcome aboard this Ethiopian Airlines A350. We are now, I believe, at cruising altitude and have been for quite a while. There was quite a lot of turbulence earlier, but that has all been solved. The seatbelt sign was on for a bit longer, but everything's fine now. The charging situation is actually incredible. I don't know how they do it, but it is so fast. My phone is charging hilariously fast. We are currently over Zimbabwe, and everything's been fine so far. I am assuming we're going to be getting some sort of lunch or food later, because the crew is rapidly moving through the cabin with aprons on. So the galley might be full with people, you know, preparing food, cooking it. Anyway, it's beautiful outside today. I think the A350 has always been one of my favorite planes to fly on. It still is. It's very comfortable. It's a very nice plane. It doesn't make anything dry. It's quite a humid plane, which is good because it means you don't get so dry and dehydrated when you leave. Anyway, I think it's gonna be time for food soon, so I'll see you then.
Now, just after takeoff, these little earphones were handed out. Not very good quality, but they didn't sound horrible. Look, I wasn't even meant to be here. Originally, I'd booked my flights with RwandAir, from Johannesburg to Kigali, and then back to Paris. But just a few days before my outbound flights to South Africa, we got the notification that our flights back home had been severely delayed, and then eventually cancelled. So, we managed to rebook onto Ethiopian. But I really can only imagine how many passengers ended up stranded. So, this flight, it was Ethiopian that saved the day.
This is beef. Chicken.
It's amazing. Tasted over here.
Vegetarian. This is a nice gold wheat cracker. We've got some nice cream cheese, I believe. A nice bun. Some unsalted butter. I went for orange juice.
On this flight, catering was another highlight. We had 3 choices: chicken,
Branded
beef,
cutlery.
or vegetarian. And the food was genuinely delicious. Hot, flavorful,
Turbulence.
and plenty of it. Easily one of the better economy meals I've had recently. On this daytime flight, blankets were obviously not handed out, though on my later overnight connection they were, which totally makes sense for the airline. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Ethiopian Airlines is Africa's largest airline, and honestly, it's one of the biggest success stories. Founded back in 1945, it's fully owned by the Ethiopian government, but it's run very commercially. Today, they fly more than 130 international destinations across 5 continents, with a fleet that includes the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, the 777, and of course the Airbus A350. As well as the 737 MAX, which Ethiopian Airlines is famous for being one of the MAX crashes. Their hub is Addis Ababa's Bole International Airport, which they've turned into a massive connecting gateway between Asia, Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. So, in many ways, Ethiopian isn't just an airline, it's the backbone of air travel across Africa.
So guys, food came and it is now finished. It was really delicious. It was incredible. I did the veg option. There was also a chicken and beef option, but I think the veg option was probably the best. It came with rice and it was a type of curry. It was delicious. Also with that came some cream cheese, butter, a bread roll, some beans as like a starter or something, crackers, and cookies, which were genuinely delicious. Anyway, we are now past halfway, and I am just ready to get down to Addis Ababa and then onwards to where I will be flying onwards to, Paris. So far this flight has been really good. I really liked it. Really positive. Everything was very good. The crew is brilliant. So yeah, I think I would definitely rate the food very well here. But anyway, it's currently nearing nighttime, and yeah, the sun is currently setting while we are overflying Tanzania. Yeah, Tanzania. So yeah. Anyway, the seat is actually really comfortable. I really liked it. Well done to them.
This is the Ethiopian Airlines bathroom. It is exactly like every other A350 bathroom. A soap, toilet paper, and that's basically it. And though there isn't really anything to talk about, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Most airlines have it like this. Now, somewhere near Kenya, I looked out of the window and saw a huge thunderstorm flashing in the distance. It was far enough away to not cause turbulence or anything, but close enough to put on an incredible light show across the clouds. One of those surreal, magical moments you only get to see from the window seat. And then, soon enough, the flight was nearly over. We were already on approach into Addis Ababa's Bole International Airport. So, Ethiopian Airlines. They weren't supposed to be part of my trip, but after RwandAir decided to delay my flight for a very long time, they saved the day. And honestly, I'm glad they did. Comfortable seats, excellent catering, fast charging and friendly service, all on a modern A350. Sure, the IFE could be a little better, and the safety video, well, let's just say it's unforgettable, but overall, Ethiopian Airlines was very, very good. Incredible food, and just generally amazing service. And I'd happily fly Ethiopian again.
Wow, another bus gate. It's beautiful. This A350 is the first time I've gotten off of an A350 at a bus gate, which is incredible, and it's beautiful. Look at these beautiful Rolls-Royce engines. Anyway, we're waiting for the bus, and it's starting to get a little crowded. Yeah. Oh, that was a fun flight, and now we've just gone through transit security and we're heading to the lounge. That was a hot mess. So crowded, so hot, genuinely. And it's very busy there. Hardly any organisation. I'm surprised. But anyway, welcome to Addis Ababa, and I will be transferring onto my next flight in about 3 hours. It's another Ethiopian flight, but it's on the exact same aircraft. It will be basically identical. If there's anything special, I will update you, but this is airside Addis Ababa. It's pretty cool. It's very hot, it's very crowded. Hardly any organisation or anything, but the lounge is our goal. So, yeah.
Addis Ababa's Bole International Airport is Ethiopia's mega hub. My layover here was in the middle of the night, which meant the terminal was completely packed. There were long queues everywhere, and believe it or not, there was even a line just to get into the Priority Pass lounge. Overall, the terminal worked fine. Lots of flights connect here overnight, so it's busy by design. But it did feel a bit overcrowded. I'd say it was okay. Not somewhere I'd aim to be for a long time, but not somewhere I'd absolutely hate being for a long time.
Wow, I've never seen a lounge this crowded before, but today's video will be ended here. What did you think of the Ethiopian Airlines? How was it? How was the experience? And how was Johannesburg Airport, in your opinion? Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. It's a good lounge, but it gets very crowded at peak times, which is basically 9 o'clock at night. Incredibly crowded. Anyway, what I've realised, and this shouldn't be in the video I don't think, is that Addis Ababa is basically a Middle Eastern hub. And it acts as a Middle Eastern, Ethiopian Airlines acts as a Middle Eastern airline, which is surprising, but it is in the right place. Like, if you want to fly from Joburg to Paris, it's around 5 hours each. It's 5-6 hours each. But wow, the moon is incredible.
Oh yeah, and this is what my aircraft from Addis Ababa to Paris looked like. Nearly exactly the same, just slightly worse seats, less legroom, and just nothing to say about it really. Basically the same.